journey, driven by a vision. Climb every mountain, swim every sea. For Untitled Polytechnic College, to reach our goals and our plans. March Untitled Polytechnic College towards development for our nation.
Good afternoon, everyone. Happy World Mental Health Day. I hope your friends are already in. Please check the participants. If wala pa, kindly invite them to join the webinar. To those who are watching in Facebook, just PM me for the link of the evaluation and the certificate. And to those who are joining here in the Zoom, the link will be provided to you later. For today's webinar, I have invited a very special presenter. She is a registered psychometrician. She graduated with a bachelor's degree in psychology at University of the Philippines, Cebu, and is currently a candidate for a master's degree in clinical psychology at the University of San Carlos. She was the previous program director of ABIBA, of Laong Bohol Program of Provincial Youth Development Office of Bohol, and currently a researcher of a project on pro-environmental behavior among coastal residents. She was also the program head of the Special Education Department and was a behavior interventionist in Bohol Child Head Start Incorporated. She is a co-founder of Project Bohol. And sa mga naka-attend sa Laong Bohol, I am sure you already know her. Please help me welcome our speaker for the webinar today, Miss Butinio.
Good day, everyone, and thank you for having me, especially today. No, it's World Mental Health Day, and it's such an honor for me to be having this webinar with you, a very crucial topic that we are going to discuss, which is on recognizing suicidal behavior. So, first off, I'm so thankful to the Talibon Polytechnic College for giving me this opportunity, to Ma'am Dale, your guidance counselor, for reaching out to me and giving me this chance to speak out with you. So, to premise it, Pod, I'd like to inform everyone that I am right now speaking to you through a recorded format. So this is just to secure that our talk is smooth flowing. So with that, I like to try as much as I can to still have an interactive type of webinar. So right now, I may be traveling or basin inyo hara kong katapad ron nga classmate ninyo karon nga session. But whatever the case may be, let's do our best to really get engaged in the discussion, to have fun, and also to interact. And speaking of being engaged in the discussion, I'd also like to remind everyone that at any point during our webinar that you feel uncomfortable, there might be feelings that are coming up that you don't know how to handle right away, or it's causing you some concerns, feel free to reach out to your guidance counselor, Ma'am Dale. I believe she is fully capable of supporting you and taking the necessary actions to really ensure that you remain comfortable throughout the session or whatever course you may take. So that goes out to everyone. We are going to talk about a topic that is serious. Sometimes it's also triggering, but just for everyone's information, in this learning session, I will be talking about the foundations first, what mental health is, and we'll also touch on what are the experiences that we have in our mental health journey, what are the certain points in our mental health spectrum. So you'll learn more about that later on. And the fruit or the core of this discussion is on recognizing suicidal behavior. So I will not be showing triggering photos. I will really try my best to make this as light as possible, but still giving you enough information on what to do in terms of these scenarios. And having said that, yes, we will wrap up the learning session with us talking about what we can do, what actionable steps that we can do. So these are things, no, that we expect in today's learning session. We learn, we understand, we try to see perspectives ourselves, in our own selves, in other people, and we take from our awareness, we take what we can do and have our sense of active involvement. So I think we're all good. So with that, I'd like us to do a little bit of a mental health check-in. So what we're going to do in our mental health check-in is, yes, I know I'm recorded, but I'll try my best so that you'll have your time to answer. So as you can see on the screen, we have this check-in tool. It's a simple thing that we can do using colored hearts. So read the words and ask yourself at this moment, what are you feeling, or which heart speaks more to you? So is it green, maayo kayo, imong pamati karon? Is it blue, okay akong pamati karon? Yellow, naglisod ko pero okay lang gihapon ko. Purple, ako naglisod o ganahan ko nga naay makaistorya. And red, ako naglisod og maayo karon. So, at this point, I'd like to request our dear students, our participants in this Zoom session to kindly input sa ato ang chat box the color. You could type the color of the heart, or you could also use the emoji para ana nga heart. So, again, let's try and practice creating a safe space. So if your friend, classmate, or kinsa man na sila ibutang, dili ta mag-side chat, no? Na manglibak, huy, nga tuman to yung gibutang, kuan man good. So in the same way that we would like that our responses are respected, that we are not judged, let's also not judge other people with their responses. So no need to explain what's behind the color, but just answer and type it in the chat box. So go ahead, I'll give you 5 seconds to do so, okay? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Okay, so at this point, what's happening right now in the Zoom chat box is that there are some responses. So we are seeing their answers on what colors and all that. So I'd like you just to see what's happening and tanawa po kaha kung unsa man ang murag nangibabaw. Okay? And if na po tayo mga friends out there nga nag-answer o maybe a purple or maybe a red, then let's keep that in mind, not to judge them, dili para mang-stalk ta silang Facebook, nga mangutan na, magsukit-sukit, nga no kahanin no, maki-etchosera, but for us to have that understanding basin day na siya pinagdadaanan doon, and we'll figure out ways on how we can effectively help. So that's something that we're also going to talk later on. Okay, so with that, we're done with that part, and the reason why we did that, because again, it's our mental health check-in. Just a simple tool nga pwede kayo ninyo is screen cap, no? Inyong picturean nun, that could be a guide, or you can recall this activity. Pwede kayo ninyo nabuhaton after this learning session. So, an important thing for us to do is to kumusta. So, kumustahon na ito itong kagalingon, kumustahon na nga ito ang mga gibati, atong mga gipanguna-huna, because our thoughts, our emotions, napon na siya connection sa ato ang lihok, sa ato mga actions, and sa ato ang behavior. So, that's why important kayo, no, nga ato aning kumustahon, because this comprises mental health. So mental health is about atong feelings, atong thinking, our emotions, and our mood. And it is as important as our physical health. And nga naman ang importante siya, because according to the World Health Organization, when we take care of our mental health, we are able to cope, no, mahandle na to ang mga normal nga mga stress sa atong kinabuhi. So, may I ask sa atong mga participants, kinsa diri ang zero stress ang na-experience sa ilang kinabuhi? So, I know nga recorded ko, but still, when I asked this question, no, during my previous webinars, nay mo krukru na payuban nga motubag. But I always say, kung kinsa man gani ang motubag og zero stress jud sila, none at all, mupuyo ko sa ilaha, moinom ko sa ilahang tubig, mukaon ko sa unsa gihukad sa ilahang lamisa, kay amazing kaayo na. So basically what I'm saying is, all of us aduna tay mga stress in life. Stress is not only kana mga dagkong-dagok sa kinabuhi, no? Anything that we do, it needs effort on our end. It needs us to do something. It challenges us. It causes some level of strain and stress. But the important thing is, kahibaw ta nga mo handle. So, handle ta sa itong mga responsibilities sa school. Handle ta sa itong responsibilities with our groups and at home and so many more. So, with that, no, we can work productively. So, ang pag-work productively, dili na siya sa mga gatrabaho, but whatever role we occupy or we have in life as a student, as an organization member, as an affiliate of maybe a church or whatever sector, or kung sa pa na ito ang mga gipangapilan, as a family member, as a friend, as a boyfriend, girlfriend, or unsa pa ba na. So, nabuhat ba nato itong mga responsibilities under that role? And also, no, in the same way that we're able to take care of ourselves, respond sa itong mga panginahanglan, are we also mentally well, mentally healthy enough nga we can contribute to others? So, aduna tay tabang nga mahatag to the larger community. So, kung kana sila, no, ato na mabuhat, then we are able to realize our own potential. So, keyword, own potential. Dili ang potential ni classmate, dili ang potential sa kinsa pa na nga kinabunggahang K-pop idol. We all have our strengths, unsay nakanindot nato, and we have to take care of ourselves para ma-achieve nato ato ang best potential. So, mo nang importante kayo nga, aduna tay pag-discuss on mental health, and karon jud mismo ga-celebrate no o World Mental Health Day globally. Kay grabe ang importansya sa ato ang mental health. Kung Tagalog pa na kay lusog isip, kung Bisaya, I think the closest is kahimsog sa pangisip. And moving forward, a while ago during the expectation setting with you, I also mentioned nga magstorya ta sa ato ang mental health journey. So, the tendency, di ba, is we automatically label, kasagaran gani, when I have my talks, i-label dayon nga kung maghisgot og mental health, di ko no sila mo appeal, kay dili sila mental. Mao na ang ilahang i-term. For them, it means nga buang ba sila, nga giring-giring sila, krung-krung sila. So, in our journey towards understanding mental health, we have to see it nga mura siya og kanang spectrum, no? So, there are points in our life nga we feel healthy. There are points in our life nga naatay ning reacta sa situation. Napoy mga moments nga ma-injured ta, masakitan ta, mas laom iyang duot. And we may experience this, maybe lesser than others, or naiuban nga magduol-duol ra, but there is a possibility na masakit jud ta or kani nga ill. So from healthy, reacting, injured, and ill. So as you can see sa ato ang PowerPoint presentation, the slide that I'm showing you right now, there are these mga possible, no, or mga clear, rather nga mga symptoms and clear manifestations of each phase ng model. So, for example, sa healthy, bandayan nato nga we have mga normal natong fluctuations sa mood. So, wala ra pud taga, sige, o hilak, no? And, maski gani ka ng pag-smile, hanggang sige pudog smile all throughout, maski pa o naunsa na nabagsak na sa exam, nawad-an na o cellphone, gani sige hapon. So, that's also not very typical, no? So, normal fluctuations lang. At times we're happy, at times we're sad, kulbaan ta, and that's very human. Okay? Those are human emotions. So, aside from that, normal atong sleep patterns, good quality of sleep, physically well, full atong energy, and sa itong mga performance consistent ta, we're able to sustain itong mga responsibilities, and socially active na tayo mga nindot and meaningful relationships with other people. So, mao na siya nga healthy ang ato ang state ana. So I think na aninyo nga makarelate no nga naka-experience mo ani at some point in your life or maybe ang uban karon mao ni ilang na experience. So I'd like us to look na pudron on the lower part, which is actions to take at each phase. So maski di ay nga healthy ta, naa di tay dapat gihapon nga buhaton. So as you can see on the slide, maski pag healthy mong pamati, we have to still prioritize and focus sa task at hand. No? And ato ang i-break ang problem, na magyapon tay problem nga maagian even if nata sa healthy no nga point. So with that, ato lang po siyang anam-anamon o pag-handle kung unsa na nga problem, di party siya bugat kaayo, and we identify kung unsa may mga ways na we feel supported, and let's maintain a healthy lifestyle. So with that, kahibaw ta unsaon nga even if healthy na ganita na ha, we maintain that healthy nga state. Now, kaning reacting na seta. So, di ba, react. Mura taghing respond to something. So, kung naay hadlok nga mahitabo, mo react ta, no? And that's really normal. That's part of us being human. But, kani siya murag medyo nagka-challenging na. So, kung kabantay mo, ani sa tong slide, nervousness, medyo na anay trouble mo sleep, and then also sa energy na affected na sa procrastination na ay mga buhatunon, pero wala tayo enough motivation and will and even maybe capacity to perform atong mga modules ba na, unsa pa na uban mga sugo sa balay, atong mga other responsibilities. And lesser na to ang pag-connect no, with other people, to mga friends, family, and such. So, we are reacting to something na maybe nagkataas, nagkabugat, no, gamay ang stress. But again, even at a reacting stage, nagyapon tayo pwedeng mabuhat. So, in a nutshell, it's important to know unsa ang limits kay basig no na nasubraan na pud tanon sa ato ang mga gipang buhat nga di na day siya healthy for us. And engage in healthy coping strategies. Do things that will help you overcome the challenge, but healthy gihapon siya. Like, noticing, no? What are the stressors? Ngano kahang na inani nako galisod nako og tulog? Unsa kaha ang mga possibilities ani? And making sure nga naapod ang atong mga basic nga mga dapat ma-fulfill for a good health, like rest, food, and exercise. So, those are just some of the things. But again, a reminder nga, even at that stage, no, nga natay mga challenges nga na-experience physically and mentally and emotionally, nagyapon tayo pwedeng mabuhat. So, now this time sa injured. Kung injured ta, murag law, mas dot na no ang kasakit. So, if you notice again on our slide, anxiety, murag mas grabe na atong mga kakulba, anger pervasive, murag mo seep through na siya no, mas nuot nga level of sadness, and some may experience nga hopelessness and disturbed sleep, naapod tayo fatigue, and decreased performance, no? So, napoy di-mention nga presenteeism. So, naalagi ka, mo-attend lagi ka sa webinar or mo-attend lagi ka sa online class, pero dili radyo ka kaayo nga maka-perform. And also, nagkaanam-anam na pod og withdraw from friends. But again, even at this point no of the continuum, naday gyapon tayo pwede nga mabuhat. So, remind yourself of these things. Again, ask yourself, ngano man nga injured man jud ako ang nabati iron, distressed jud. And dapat po no, we remind ourselves nga I should talk to someone, I should seek help, and murag tempting kaayo nga mopalayo kay maikog ta nga nakasamok ba ta nga basig ingnan ta nga weak ta nga gainartira ta, but because like anyone kung masamad ta, di ba, kung makita pa na nga samad, mangayo man ta og band-aid or mangayo man ta og first aid. That's the same thing with our mental health, kay party man na siya sa ato ang overall health. So kung nanginahanglan pud ta, we also deserve to get the help no nga para maampingan ta, para maamumata. So, seek for that social support instead of withdrawing. And ang other one is ill. So, sama ra pud na sa tong physical health. At some point, masakit na jud ta. So, dili ra siya nga kanang sa madra or dili ra siya nga kanang gamayng sipon-sipon lang but gihilantan na jud. So same with mental health, naapoy ingana nga phase. So as you can see here again on the slide, makabantay pud mo sa mga terms nga gipang use kay or siya ganang excessive na, grabe na. So excessive anxiety, grabe na kayo ang kakulba, and enraged ang kalagot, and also depressed na ang mood. Also there is an unable na dyan siya to fall or stay asleep, exhaustion, physical illness na, masakit na, mabati na dyan sa ato ang lawas, and mo na nga high tendency of absenteeism. So dili na dyan mo attend sa mga klase, sa mga gatherings ba na or whatever social functions, and mo isolate na, dili na dyan ganahan o mga social activities, dili kailangan nga kanang dinaghan but sa imong go-to friend na wala na ka, na missing in action na. But what I like about the mental health continuum model is in every point, no, naa di gihapoy action. So walay lost cause, walay mao naman jud na maski di ay gani ang ill na gihapoy mabuhat. So sa ill, seek consultation from professionals, from health professionals. Kay at this point, they are really specialized in dealing with that. So, Ma'am Dale is a very good example, a guidance counselor who's been trained no in supporting you in terms of life's challenges. And we also have a psychologist, a psychiatrist, and so many more no nga to ang mga health and allied health na mga professionals. So, when they also have their recommendations, it's really important sa nga ato apo nang sundon and do the best that we can. Even step by step sa lang to regain ang atuang mental health condition. So, kung kabantay mo, no, ingon og regain, so dili di pasabot nga kung ma-ill ka, ana nakahantod-hantod. So, pwede di ay nga ill, anya mag-anam-anam na ka sa imong healing process. So, lesser na no ang kabugat nga gibati and mag-reacting na lang tingali or for some no, and most common tingali nga mabalik na pud sa healthy, but depende na pud na sa sitwasyon sa atong life nga mo adli na pud ta nga reacting ta or mo for some no nga kanang healthy kayo lang pamati and then something really tragic happened and mo na possibility of ma-experience ning under sa ill. So mura dyan siya meter kung baga nga depende sa sitwasyon kung mura na no sa thermometer pa na depende sa kainit or sa kabugnaw mo adjust pod ang metro. So mao po na diri no, mag-adjust siya. But, whatever is ang imuhang kanang anak ka nga under nga category, you always have actions that you can do. Okay? So, those are really important things, no, for us. Kay, we have to be on the lookout kung unsa man ang ato ang mga nabati, kung unsa man ka ang mga possibilities ani, and on the next slide, you will see nga, ato lang dyan gi-differentiate ang everyday feelings ug ang overwhelming feelings, which is very crucial. So, everyday feelings come and go. No, night times nga, katperti dyan na itong katawaa, and then, muhilang po tag, grabe kaayo. Pero, dili siya mulast og dugay. Like, for example, kung ako, makatanaw ko og makahila kayo nga salida, di perti na akong bakua. Pero once mo man na ng salida, marag nakaginhawa na kong laom, and then, tanaw na sad ko og comedy, sige na po ko katawa. So, dali ra po siya kaya nga mo change. So, it doesn't affect me deeply. Hing-react lang ko sa situation. Now, consider overwhelming feelings. So, nagpalabaw na siya. Nagpalabi na po siya. So, these are things nga, naman nakatanaw sa salida, for example. And, the next day, sad gihapon. And then, the next day, sad gihapon. And kani nga sadness no na-affected na ang imuhang performance in school, at home, in your relationships. Or maski gani, di ba? I mentioned a while ago, ang gasige ra pud og smile. Na-smile ka karon. Smile jud na. Pretty ra jud kang ngisi the whole time. Nga 5 ka kadlaw nga gasige sad og smile. Well and good no if managed ang joy, ang happiness, but for example, there might be incidents nga kailangan ka mo show og certain emotion, like for example, kulba na tanan, kay butang nato na ay COVID, di ba? For example, that's a clear reality right now. Na sige man kintahay og smile, and murag naabot na sa wala na ipakye sa safety, maglingaw-lingaw na lang. So, it's still very important, no, nga in tune gihapon ta sa unsa mga nahitabo sa surrounding, but if naatay one or something nga marketag mauna lang jud ang ato ang gibati all throughout and it's already affecting ato ang activities. Like for example, kato, maybe dili na tayo nga naka-careful, so that's a threat to our health or threat to our relationships. Nabuwagan imong friend unya gang isir jud ta the whole time, so murag maka-impact po siya no into something that's not that desirable. So mo ni siyang overwhelming feelings, no? It hangs around for a long time, it changes ato ang behavior, atong the way that we feel, and naa siya challenges nga ma-impose sa ato. So some people would say nga it's a mental health problem or na mental illness or mental disorder, but for the purpose of this session, we just really have to do our kumustahay nga. Uy, margnaan ako'y nabantayan, and let's just observe it the way that it is, but should there any need for professional help or diagnosis, we seek the support of our medical professionals. So, at this point, nagstorya naman dito atong kumustahay. Kaya, hala, mag-uul na nga, hala, yung ani ko, kanang problemado na ko, ano, dyan ko'y pulos. Now, I'd like to introduce a very important concept that I hope will really help you in equipping yourself, and that is self-compassion. So I believe this is a healthy and hearty compass towards well-being. So we really aim a lot, diba, sa ato ang activity karon recognizing suicidal behavior or mga suicidal liti nga mga instances or related nga mga incidents. And Mershag, for me, reading it, no, and I think more common sad no nga perception is how do we respond to a friend, to a loved one, ngayon ana. But always, no, we have also to check in on ourselves and how do we respond to ourselves. So in our journey of getting to know ourselves, we become better responders towards other people. So let's try and cultivate kaning gitawag nato nga self-compassion. So just a little bit of activity. So I know again nga recorded ko. So I'll just give you some time to answer. So I hope that you participate. Basta hindi ay jud na ara ko sa kilid. So makita na gyapon ta mo. So how would you react? So si Conchita, inyuhang friend, no? Mingduol ninyo gahilak siya. Kay nabagsak siya sa exam. Kay online class, gakaon man siya og meatball. Kay gakarakara na siya niya. Exam na di ay niya. Sus, kinahagbong man ang meatball sa iyahang keyboard. Dinalag out siya. Niya, ming duol sa ninyo or ming tawag, ngam sa amin ako friend, bugo mo jud ko kayo, oy, wala jud bagsak na jud ko, wala jud ko future ani. How will you respond? So, I'll give you 5 seconds to type in your answer. Kung unsa inyo itubag sa inyong friend, like, friend, blank. O, unsa man yung gusto ingon. Okay? I'll give you 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay? Okay, so at this point, you may be seeing, no, nga naan ay mga nag-answer. You may also be seeing nga walay ga-answer. Hindi man ko live, char. But, I just like you to hold on sa unsa inyong gitubag sa inyong mind, no? Unsa inyong githink. Okay? Hold on to that. And, look at the next slide. What if kamo ang naka-experience? This time, ikaw na si Conchita. Gakaon na po ka og meatball na hagbong, bagsak ka, kay na-log out ka sa exam, and gikulbaan ka kaayo kung unsay buhaton. What would you say to yourself? So, kung ikaw na nang a moment, unsa man imuhang reaction towards yourself? Sige, I'll give you again 5 seconds to think about it and chat in your responses. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay? Now you may see nga naay mga nag-chat, nagtubag, online, no? Sa atong chat box. Maybe po wala. But, again, I'd like you to think about what you answered in your head and compare it sa inyong answer ganina. So, question. Ang inyong giingon sa inyong friend, the same ba sa inyong giingon sa inyong kaugalingon? Okay, think that through. And That is why I'd like us to learn more about self-compassion. Kaya if some of you answered no nga, katong inyong friend si Conchita, Conchita, isuda day adto no, and di jud pud lalim nga bagsak ka tungod adto, but di man kabugo. Accident lang jud to, it happened. So, try ka kanang Conchita, basig mo sugot ra si teacher nga makadungog siya sa imong situation. Some of those things. And when you experience that, mo baka po di mong giingon sa imong self. More often when I do my webinars and I ask this, a lot of people realize that they don't have the same script. They don't say the same thing. They don't show the same kindness to themselves as they do sa other people. Kung kita na gani, paspas kayo tayo nga, abubuan ako, uy, sus, pakauwa, raman jud ko. Okay, so, I hope that that simple activity of ours gave us a little bit of a chance, no, to see nga, how am I compassionate towards myself? And let's practice, because self-compassion is when we give ourselves the same kindness and care that we would give to a good friend. So, dili ra ni siya char-char. There are several studies that have been done. And, nakita jud, no nga, there is really warmth and understanding kung naatay mga challenges agian. It respects nga naatay mga instances nga masayop ta, but we just really have to be kind to ourselves to see nga, uy, maybe some other people can relate, no? Nahagbong po tingali ang ilahang, sa man, iskabitsi, char. Bonggar sad kaayo. May nga na, ba na po tayo mga bloopers day ang ubang tao. And being mindful, just being acknowledging nga, uy, sakit man jud, di po ko mo smile ra ani, nauwaw ra jud po ko, and that is a normal reaction. And in the face of all these things, we're able to be emotionally supportive. So kung supportive ta sa atong mga amigo at ang mga loved one, kauyaban ba na, we are also supportive sa atoang kaugalingon. And dili na to i-judge atoang kaugalingon. We just try and see nga, uy, nasayop jud ko adto, but dili ko sayop nga tao, no? Or nakuan jud to nako, uy, wa jud to na hunahunaan, but dili ko bugo. Okay, those things, those are ways to practice self-compassion, and in a nutshell, katong mindful ta, aware ta kung unsa nga tong na-experience at the moment, physically, mentally, atong mga emotions, and we are kind to ourselves. Nga, this happens, we are reacting, and we have some needs in our life, no? Nga, maupod ni, ingani atong reaction. And common humanity, basically, ang pasabot is that other people can relate. These are experiences, dili man gani sila exactly nga mitbol jud ang nahagbong or unsa pa ba na, but we have relatabilities in terms of failure, in terms of mawawta, in terms of fear of ma-rejecta, no? So those things are ways to practice our self-compassion. Now, we will proceed to our core of this learning session, which is on recognizing suicidal behavior. So as you can see on the screen, this is what is called the spotting technique. So murag ka na atong i-spot, tanawon na to. So again, I'd like to inform everyone that we are learning this to be helpful in the process, but we have to be very careful og dili po ta mag-alig-alig. And dili po ta quick nga mo judge, but observant. Okay? So, how do we observe? So, one, possible, no? Kabantay ta. Again, let's try na to have a perspective, no, of looking kung mao ba nitong situation, o mao ba ni ang situation sa ato ang mga kaila. So, irregular ba ang sleep pattern? Too early na ba ang katog? Ang too late? Oversleeping? Less sleep than normal? So, napoy frequent crying? More uncontrollable na siya nga mga instances. There's also a possibility of reduced function. So, kato, dili na kayo makaperform sa mga responsibilities. Sometimes, difficulties in decision-making, in remembering things. So, another is, kaning gitawag nga, asocial. So, a lot of people, more commonly, ma-term siya, although it needs to be corrected nga antisocial, but ang kuan is asocial, dili na kayo taganahan nga mo interact with other people. So di na kayo magstorya, gusto lang nga alone lang ta. So those are also things that we have to spot or to look out for. And syempre no kining mga suicidal thoughts. So you can see on the slide no nga unsa na ni siya nga mga terms. So again, I'd like to remind everyone that at any point na anyone feels uncomfortable or na-trigger mo, I believe Ma'am Dale has her lines open, her chat open for you to reach out to her and to say nga, maybe this is uncomfortable for you. So if it's uncomfortable, I believe Ma'am Dale will also guide you throughout the process. Okay? So, kana na ay mga suicidal thoughts. And another one is loss of interest. So, unsay mga butang sa una or mga activities nga ganahan kayo ta, di na kayo tayo nga nakaganado. And more na natay feeling no nga, di na ko kayo maka-feel of pleasure, di na kayo ka-feel sa kanang happiness, more taphaw lang. And some may also experience extreme change of appetite. So, some no, grabe kayo mukaon, na iban nga, halos di na po kayo mukaon. Ayan na. So, those are things that we can look out for. Okay, but again, kita, for the purpose of this learning session, especially ninyo ato ang mga dear students, use this as a way to observe, but not as a way to judge. Halala, duka man na siya, uy, kuan naman na siya dayon. Okay? When we're observing, we do our best na when there's a professional, such as again, guidance counselor, or kinsa pa na nga kasaligan nato no nga authority, so we can have that discussion with them. More kabantay lagi ko ni friend nga yung ani siya, unsa kaha ni? It's really okay to ask questions to clarify kung sakto ba jud ang ato ang mga na-observe. Okay? Dili ta mag agad-agad o ingon halo, kung ano ko, nga na kay, that will not create a safe space. Okay? So, what can we do? What other things can we do? So, one is never leave someone suicidal on their own. So, if you are physically with that person, try with the best that you can to keep them company, to make them feel safe that you are around, and to have a clear observation on their end na, nakoy kauban, I'm not alone. So, same goes if you are chatting with them or you're calling them, try to continue the conversation. Allow them to express themselves. I know at some point, mer tabakulbaan, hala, basig makasamot, hinon akong ingnon, unsa pa lang ako ang maingon, okay ba unsa akong itubag, but allowing the space nga makapahungaw sila, mo chat sila, mo ingon sila silang kasakit, that is already a very good kind of help that you are giving. Okay? And another is remove any means of self-harm. No? So, it may be naa sila yung mga tools gamiton, it may be medicine, it may be sharp objects, and other things na ilahang pwede nga ma-use to hurt themselves. So, you as a very concerned friend, you could keep it away from their reach. Okay? That's really securing sad that they are safe. Is labi kaninga time nga there are tendencies to be very vulnerable, to be very confused on what to do. So if we can create a safe environment, that will really help a lot. Okay, and another is inform immediate family members about the intention of suicide and collaborate for safety. Now, this one, I know it might be too much for you. Labi na ito mga young ones in here na isuda po kayo ni uy nga akong ingon sa immediate family members, and we also have to take note na dili ra di puta basta-basta mo ingon kay we don't know nga it may not be that okay with your friend or with someone that you care for nga na ingon ninyo. So for the sake of this learning session with you, our dear students, I'd like you to have the conversation again with trusted people, labi na ato ang mga mental health professionals. So again, I repeat, guidance counselor, or even ang inyong mga teachers who can really guide you through these things. Punta yung mga psychologists or psychiatrists that you can talk to. And later on, I'll be sharing you some more information kung asa mo pwede mo reach out when these things happen. So, because having the right support at that moment is really essential, and mao nang nindot ang naay teamwork for safety. So, yes, again, it's really important to call for professional help. Do not carry everything on your shoulders. Kay halog, ingnan na ba ko nga, ani to ang mga dapat ispat. Nga anaan naman ni, feeling na humana jud ni. Na ako ang yung responsibilidad. So I remind you, our dear students, that yes, you have a responsibility, but you do not have the full responsibility. Tinabangay taan ni. So sa taman, sa makaya ninyo, do it and reach out for help. And also, let's remember nga, ayaw kalimti inyong friend. Kaya basig naratol na ta kayo kung sa'yo respond, wa na laman jud ta nakastorya mismo sa tong friend. Like, having that conversation nga, uy, migo, miga, besh, no, sa pa na itong mga tao ganay, no? Or igagaw, or iyab, no? Nangana nga itong mga relationships. How are you right now? And what are you experiencing? Unsa man mo kailangan from me? Or those things, communicating, that will really help a lot, especially no sa person jud who is going through a tough time. So, in this next slide, makabantay mo ani sa mga sakay og eroplano mo ani no sa flight attendant. Kompleto sa script, di na siya ma-script kaya ako ka-memorize, but kay dumdum jud ko ani, and it's a good life lesson na even in emergency situations, so di ba mo naog ng oxygen mask to really secure the safety sa mga passengers. Maski gani-kani, I think that's a mom of iyang anak. Ang mama is still discouraged nga unahon iyang anak. Safety gihapon nato, no? Your safety is important. Take care of yourself first kay sa iyang pag-amping siya kagalingon, pagsuot na niya siyang oxygen mask, mas nakatabang hinuon siya sa uban nga galisod or sa uban nga may have more difficulties. So, please have that same principle, no, when you are helping your friend nga. At any point na tanaw ninyo murag bugat naman ni kaayo nako, murag di man po ni siya healthy for me, then you can always refer. Oh, so referral, ask help, reach out, recommend. Those are things nga pwede buhaton. But question, basi ingnan ko nga di ko caring sa ako ang friend kaya ako or siya gipasa. Basi ingnan ko nga kanang wa ko'y pakiniya. O basi ingnan ko nga di ko kahibaw ko naminaw itong learning session na mo mong webinar. Actually, referrals are very strong because you are the bridge towards the appropriate help nga angay madawat sa inyuhang amigo or amiga or kaila. Okay? Kay, we'd rather no refer, recommend it to someone nga makatabang jud kay sa ato ang akuhon and dili di ay ing anak kanindot ato ang natabang, and worse is nakasamot ta. So, referral is a very strong skill na no, a very strong activity that we can do. O kana ganing naiuban nga mo na manawag no kanang 911. What's your emergency? Kanang hingtawag, dako na kayog help para moabot ang ambulansya o mahatag ang dapat nga care, dapat nga urgent response. So that's the same thing with mental health concerns. So pwede kayo ta nga kitay mo tawag, kitay mo text, or mo reach out ta sa mga tao nga mas makatabang sa tong friend. No, if at any point nga sila mismo maglisod sila mo reach out. So ana ta mo extend sa ato ang help. And speaking of extending help, on the next slide, I'm showing to you our link sa among Facebook page. So I co-founded a mental health organization along with my friends, no, because we relate sad. 2 years ago, ingon mi nga, di pa man mi psychologist. At that time, no, I was still studying to get my license as a psychometrician. Nga na, baguhay pa ko adto. Yung nga, di man ko pa-license to do the counseling. I feel helpless at those times. But, ingon mi nga, no, there's really something that we can do as good support system. So, we created this and we have about 40 to 50 volunteers. Kaya sila, di po nakarelate sila. So, we are not, dili mga professionals jud per se, ha, nga katong makahandle na jud sa urgent and mga specialized nga mga interventions. But, yeah, some of us are professionals, some of us are psychology graduates, but daghan kaayo mi nga mga youth. So around mga ages 20 to 28. So, di ba? Mga young ones gihapon ninyo, mga ate, mga kuya, but still trying to figure things out gihapon mi. But we believe nga our capacity to listen, to be compassionate to others, and to guide them sa unsa ang mga processes, to guide them nga it's okay really to call for help, not only kung galisod mo, but in times na gusto lang dyan mo to take care of yourself, you can, and we will guide you in reaching out sa ato ang mga mental health professionals. And I tell you, in the 2 years that we have been operating as a volunteer organization, we have helped a lot of lives, and we've connected them to services no nga mas nakatabang nila, and that is already a very great experience for us, and especially no sa ato mga gipang tabangan kay naay naminaw nila o giagak sila. And aside from that sad, there are others po. I'm showing here on the slide. This is Pagpakabuhi Center, although this is located in Baclayon, so you can also message them. There is a link sa ilang Facebook. This is still a volunteer organization, but here natin mga professional nga psychologists, we have doctors, we have psychiatrists, and other no nga mga counselors also, and the services are free. Okay, so again, that is Pagpakabuhi Center. And the third one that I'm so happy to share to you is our very own. So, kamo from Talibon, you are beneficiaries pod ani, especially itong mga youth, importante kayo ni nga you are reminded nga gitanaw inyo ang safety, ang inyong health. So, the provincial government of Bohol, through the Provincial Youth Development Office, has a well-being program. So, we had an activity months ago, and thank you again to Ma'am Dale also for being there with us, and napo siya mga peer facilitators at nga time. So the program is Laong Bohol program na aputay center ana amuma Center for Wellness, wherein na ay psychologist, psychiatrist, psychometrician, and natay mga nurse responders nga willing, ready, and able to guide you sa mga times nga nanginahanglan mo og suporta. And again, this is for free. So, may involve ani ang consultation, ang therapy, and in case ganino nga na-diagnosis o in case nga kailangan og medicine, sa mga available dito, free sad ang medicine. So again, know that there is really hope. In same way nga katong ipakita ganina nga sa mental health spectrum, whatever points ta sa continuum na atay mabuhat personally, right now, so many people are working hard. Ang mga ate kuya ninyo nga na volunteer organization, ang ato mga gipang tan-aw nga mga mental health professionals, mga doctors, and so much more na po volunteer organization, and even our very own government here in Bohol nagtan-aw jud sa inyong safety ug sa inyong well-being. And sama sad nga kani nga webinar with Talibon Polytechnic College nga gatan-aw po sila sa inyong safety, sa inyong well-being, mo po nang naatay ang ani nga mga learning sessions. So, know that help is really here, and be hopeful, ana nga type of help. Especially when you feel that you are alone, know that there are people, a lot of people out here, ready, willing, and able to help you. So, and I'd like to show to you my pride and my joy, not because of me, but because of a whole group of people nga caring kaayo. So, we from Project Bohol Mental Health Awareness, daghan na kayo may pre-pandemic pa ni siya, daghan na kayo may na-reach out nga youth, and several ages pud and even mga older ones. And we've given them the opportunity to understand themselves better, to see the importance of mental health, and not only mental health, and different aspects sa ilahang health. And ako, as well as what you're seeing now on the slide, are some of my friends. One is Yel, co-founder, others are among mga volunteers nga. Even if nag-volunteer, maski kami mismo, we go through challenges in life. The important thing is we just reach in, see our strengths and limitations, and reach out, ask for help, and collaborate kung saon nga ma-handle ang mga challenges. And even ang mga lalaki, napoy mga challenges. So we also have a volunteer who also struggled, and another one, the guy in the left, si Dr. Kit Balani, doctor na siya, psychologist na gani siya. Siya mismo, ming-agi po siya og challenge suffering from a mental illness. So, there are so many possibilities, Jude, but the greater possibility is that we can cope, we can deal, and there is hope for us to recover and have a healthy state. As long as, again, reach in, check in, kumusta man ko, what are the strengths, unsa may limitations, unsa ko mga stress, unsa pwede na kong buhaton, take action, and to reach out. Reach out to others na, saan pa manin ako nga mas makasabot ko sa akong kagalingon, what else can I do? Seek help. And kana sa pagtinabangay, reaching in, us helping ourselves, and us reaching out to others, others helping us, grabe kaisog ang atong network of support. So, sa ato ang mga participants right now in our Zoom, I hope that you learned a lot of things, and if there are any points nga murag naglibog mo or confused mo, we have our open forum. So, mugawas na ang live me. Makita na ninyo, I think, in a little bit. So, I hope that you enjoyed our session. And again, if at any point that you feel that there were emotions that were triggered, there were memories nga murag resurfaced that you feel uncomfortable with, you can directly message Ma'am Dale to express how you feel, and she can guide you through it. So, thank you so much for lending your ears and opening your hearts into learning more about yourself, so that also you will be able to respond well when you are dealing with others, especially in their times of need. So again, thank you so much.
So that ends our session today. Thank you so much, Miss View. And for the information of everyone, what we are posting right now was the webinar we had a while ago. So please don't forget to share this to your friends and your family members. Once again, thank you so much, and happy World Mental Health Day.